Welcome, everyone, to the ultimate game in the college football season. Everything has built to this, the battle for the national championship and college football immortality, a moment that every young football player grows up dreaming about. And these two teams have survived the expanded playoff grind. They have battled through a regular season, multiple playoff victories, all sorts of challenges and adversity, and they've arrived at this moment, the battle for that precious trophy. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on another SEC team, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. And this is it. Two teams enter, one team leaves here as national champions. Let's get this going. The kickoff team is out there, and you can feel the energy. One game to determine the national championship. And here's the return from inside the 5. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. So Alabama's offense comes on the field first today. Well, here we go, Kirk. The energy in this place is tremendous. We are 60 minutes away from crowning a new national champion.
And think about it, Chris. These two teams have put everything into this to get to this stage and this opportunity. Let's see who can handle it better.
The freshman brings him down quickly.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
Chris, I don't know, there's just something about that Bama uniform. When they run the football, it just feels right. It's a combination of having those big offensive linemen, a really physical approach at the line of scrimmage, and backs that are able to pick up first downs like that right there. Beautiful play.
Off the play fake on first down. Looks to his left and makes the completion. That is a big play, finally brought down at the 44.
You know, Chris, you think about it, efficiency has always kind of been the description of a great Alabama quarterback. Man, think about the playmakers that they've had over the last few years at this position. Jalen, Tua, Bryce Young recently. Just a different level of quarterback play and really gives this offense an edge to it.
They get him down, but not before he moves the football to the 32.
Well, the scouting report on this running back was that he is an elite ball carrier, and he is proving to be that here early in this game. These first few carries, not only the strength, but the quickness and acceleration to get upfield and get positive yards on display.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Pickup is 5 yards, so it's second down and 5.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable third down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 more yards a pop like that.
The game makes it second and medium. To throw, it's Milroe. Caught quickly. That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
In all of our prep work coming into this national championship, I really wondered how this secondary would hold up against this quarterback and this group of receivers. They better be ready to make some adjustments because right now, this quarterback is having his way with it.
Here comes a throw from the red zone. That's caught. It's Henderson. Brought down at the 7, but the completion moves him into scoring position.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Here's the option play. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Offense facing a third down now. They can still get a first down without scoring. On the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it.
Oh, and he dropped it. The would-be touchdown could not come up with the football. Now it's 4th down.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. You've got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
So on 4th down, the decision is to trot out the field goal team. No problem. Knocks it right through. And breaks the scoreless tie here. Makes it 3-0.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. Returner choosing to field this one. And they've got the returner corralled. So LSU's offense out there for their first possession. And with such a dangerous wide receiver on the field here, puts a lot of stress from the secondary. This strong safety, Kirk, maybe not necessarily built as a great coverage guy, who's going to have to be big today.
Yeah, he really is, Chris. He's known for his physicality. This safety's going to have to do a good job of cleaning up tackles, but also being an extra guy to play keep away. He's good at doing both, but this receiver has great ball skills and the ability to break away with speed. Going to be a unique matchup to follow.
2nd down play coming up. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. They pressure him and sack him. He'll be tackled inside the 10.
As expected, this Alabama defense is laying the wood and living in the backfield of their opponent. Such upfield speed, it's dangerous.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this 1st down? And the ball is knocked loose. It's in the end zone. Who'll get it? Now the defense has got it going the other way. Touchdown, tie on the scoop and score. That is any defender's dream. Comes up with a fumble, takes it back to the house.
I can't believe the speed that this guy has to be able to score. I thought maybe he'd pick it up, maybe go a few yards, but instead he took it all the way to the end zone.
Here's the point after attempt. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And he takes this from inside the 5. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. That Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. Grab behind the line. It's Anderson. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Love to see the short passing game as a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable and allows you to see how the defense is reacting. That can open up for other things later on.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. And there's the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, they get stuffed at the line of scrimmage here. That's going to bring up a 3rd down play for this offense. And, hey, I know it's the first half, but with the way this defense is playing and the fact that they have a nice lead, this is an important 3rd down to try to convert here.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. The pocket breaking down. They pressure him and get him. The loss back to the 7-yard line.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. sack after sack. Well, you got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
The punt team making their way on the field. When he's got some space here. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. That last possession produced a field goal, but more importantly, it milked the clock. And they do that again. And he stopped after gaining 4 yards, so 2nd and 6.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Important 2nd down play coming up. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good. They stretch the lead a little bit more. Now they get set to kick it away. Bringing it out. It's Thomas. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. Fights through the tackler. They'll tackle him out across the 20.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. It's a quarterback keeper. A sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. I'll give them credit. They didn't lose anything, so it wasn't a negative play. But this kind of play's got to be able to hit big and get down the sidelines for big yards.
Crucial 3rd down play coming up. And the wideout goes in motion. And they pick up the first on the ground. Looks like LSU has the first down.
Well, it's a great job here by this offensive line and the running back to be able to pick up the first down. Let's face it, they've dug themselves a hole here in this first half. The only way they can get back into this game is converting on 3rd down. It's exactly what they were able to do. Get a new set of downs and a chance to put points on the board.
And at first down, they go right back to him.
Well, another short game for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire first half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that doesn't change, I don't know how they get back into this game.
2nd down after that previous play. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. It's a quick grab. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Chris, it's so easy to get excited about the receivers on the outside and their ability to make big plays, but the slot receivers are just as exciting, especially with their finesse, quickness, and ability to make guys miss in the middle of that field.
An important 3rd down attempt for this offense. They'll try to run for the first down. Tackle at the 40. That'll earn a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
This LSU offense is moving quickly down the field. Takes the handoff. It's Williams. Brought down. It crosses midfield to the 46.
Chris, I know when we think about LSU, we go back to 2019, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, that dynamic offense. But at the end of the day, it's still LSU. It's still the SEC. And ground and pound is something they will never move away from. Great job here, and move the sticks.
First down. Looking to throw the football. Catch made on the left side. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
The back catches it on that play, Chris. Kind of looked like a receiver on the way they designed that play, and I love the toe tap at the end. He's in bounds. Nice game.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. So Alabama will take the lead into the quarter break here. We've reached the end of one in this battle for the national championship. Before moving on, let's check out the stats so far. And as we flip the field and begin quarter number 2, we'll see if they can continue to build this lead. To throw, it's Nussmeier. Looking for the wideout. It's caught downfield. They bring him down to the 27. This offense really threatening now.
Chris, is it possible to be DBU and wide receiver U at the same time? I think the LSU fans think it's possible. They always seem to have great defensive backs, and they always have pass catchers that just show up and show out week after week, year after year.
Here's a shot toward the end zone. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown.
Chris, I don't know if it's the hype of the national championship, the timing between the quarterback and his receivers, but they have not been able to get anything going at all here in the first half. And the problem is they're already down in this game. They've got to put the ball through the air and start hitting some passes, or there's no chance they come back and have a chance to win.
He's got it near the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, LSU. Who says you need explosive plays, Kirk? That was a long, grinding scoring drive.
And think about this. This is a national championship, and you're able to execute like that against this quality of a defense. Man, that is a great job by the coordinator and the quarterback being in sync and putting together a heck of a drive.
And they'll set up with the PAT. PAT up and good. They get a little bit closer. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. They'll return it from inside the 5. They'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Looking for some space. It's Miller. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Milroe. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. And he breaks clear down the right side. It's a foot race. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Alabama. Looked like a total bust there. Easy pitch and catch like you'd see in a Tuesday practice.
Yeah, that quarterback's eyes must have lit up on that play because you've got one of your players way downfield without any defender around him.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT puts them up 17 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Fields it just outside the goal line. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. Let's see if they can keep that passing game going. The last possession, very efficient and precise. Heads out of bounds after a solid game, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, it's a great completion here. Quarterback puts this ball on the money. And when you talk about LSU and you talk about the history, it's easy to bring up Joe Burrow in 2019. But, Chris, you've been following this as long as I have. You know that when LSU is really dangerous, they get consistent play from the quarterback. It doesn't have to be Burrow, but just a guy that can be efficient, be a good leader, and complement the running game. And right now you're starting to see that from this team. Good completion. Now, can you do it consistently? Because if you can, with the athletes they have around that position, they become a real threat.
No huddle here for the offense. Pre-snap motion from the offense. To the air. It's Nussmeier. Grab made by the tight end.
Well, that's the thing with this guy. You've got the ability to flex him out. He shows his versatility and what he can do from that slot position. He could be the quarterback's safety blanket.
So it's 3rd and long from the 29. Will the defense play coverage or blitz? Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Caught behind the line. It's Daniels. He stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down now.
Boy, wide receiver screen can be hit or miss. Either receiver finds a nice crease and picks up big yards, or the defense completely negates that. The team speed from the defense here wins that play.
And the punt team makes its way onto the field. Looking to kick it away for the 2nd time. And the coverage team able to bring him down. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. This group has been clicking. They really built momentum. And the defense make adjustments. Come up with a stop here. They start the drive with a quick throw to the right. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Direct snap to the back. Tackle, but forced down.
Well, I know people want to talk about the spread, and Alabama's offense has changed over the years, but at the end of the day, with this coaching staff, it still comes down to the line of scrimmage and the ability to pound the rock. Think about the backs they've had in recent years. Mark Ingram and Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Jahmyr Gibbs most recently. This is an offense that still wants to control things up front and beat you down.
Makes the grab. It's Henderson. He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield at the 48.
You know, plays like this are what Alabama offense is all about. They run the football, and then they're efficient within their passing game. Think about it. They won a couple national championships with Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron by just being efficient and playing smart at the position and being a great complement to that running game in the defense.
Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What is an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
And they wrap him up after the completion just short of the 1st down marker.
That's another positive gain here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
On 3rd and short, they try to pick it up on the ground. And the defense bows up and stuffs him right at the line.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
So they'll send out the field goal unit to give it a shot here from very long distance. They're going to trust the kicker from 56 yards out. Let's see if he's got the distance. Right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
Chris, they get the 3 points, but looking back at it, 4th and inches. Pretty conservative call there. I really thought they would have gone for it.
So after building this big lead, they're set to kick it off. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. They were forced to punt it away last time, so let's see if they can get clicking in this possession. Fired into a tight window and picked off. Not much room in that return. Tackled at the 16, but an important takeaway for this defense.
Chris, I think I could hear him calling out blocks after that pick. Or was it the defensive coordinator next door up here in the booth? Either way, they were looking to score after coming up with that interception. The offense, if they did anything right, it was keeping him out of the end zone.
And here comes the offense back out on the field now. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Brought down at the 3. That was a solid run.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back. Showing great patience, the hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
Alabama's offense now lining up on 1st and goal. Receiver makes the catch. Touchdown, Bama. This quarterback on fire today. We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. That would have been a big ask for the defense there, Kurt.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
Here comes the point after attempt. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. Remember, the last possession ended quickly. An interception on the first play. Let's see if they can do better here.
You know, in that era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of a defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Handoff to the back. Breaking free at the 35. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And he just throws the ball away there. Nobody open. Excellent coverage. Incompletion makes it 2nd down. Off play action, he's looking to throw.
Makes a quick catch.
Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated, to get the ball in his hands, you do it.
Offense needing to keep this drive alive. It's a third down play. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Lets it go quickly.
And he pulls in the catch.
The game picks up the first down, tackle at the 37.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on third down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
This LSU offense is moving quickly down the field. Caught in the backfield. It's Parker. Run down after a 7-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 3.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. Take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Keeping it on the ground here. He shreds the tackle. Brought down, but not before shaking off the first defender and picking up the first down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Grab down the middle. It's Lacey. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that end route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
LSU is now operating in the red zone. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Nowhere to go. The ball knocked loose. Looks like the defense has it.
I think that's on the quarterback and the offensive line. They were breathing down this quarterback's neck before he could even recognize that they were there, and they were able to knock it loose.
Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. This offense has been clicking so far, but they get aggressive, go for more before halftime. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Pass caught, 2nd down now. Looking to throw. It's Milroe. Fires it to the wideout. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play.
Well, it's another huge game for this guy, and I'll tell you what they're doing a good job of is moving him around. He's not aligning just in one spot where the defense has an idea of where he is to try to take him out of the game. They've moved him around, given him a chance to get...
Looking to throw it deep. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's an incompletion here, and I bet this secondary is going to play a little bit deeper just to make sure they don't get hit on any deep throws later in this game.
Incompletion sets up a 2nd down. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Using his legs on the scramble. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
It's 3rd down for the offense. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his...
Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack.
That's the kind of play right there that this defense has been looking for. Maybe that'll spark them because, let's face it, this game has not gone the way they had hoped. But a play like that sometimes can create some momentum and change the complexion of the football game.
The offense calls a timeout here. That's their third and final of the half. So with only a few seconds left in the half, the field goal unit comes out of the field. And that is no good. That's just a minor blip in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Chris, thanks. What else might we expect in a game of this magnitude? Everything on the line. The eyes of the sports world on this battle with the coveted gold trophy at stake. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. And with that, let's send it back to Chris and Kirk. Fellas, hard to believe we're only one half away from crowning a national champion.
And they'll kick it away now to get this third quarter underway. Return starts from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. First job here, protect the football. Turnovers on back-to-back possessions. Caught over the middle. It's Lacey. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 34.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
First down here for this offense. From the shotgun, an inside handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
You get to the national championship, Chris, you'd love to see more balance. They've not been able to run the football the entire game, putting everything on this quarterback in their passing game.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Back to throw. It's Nussmeier. And the freshman making an impact play there.
Well, here we are in the national championship, and you always talk about offense. And it is. It's become an offensive game. But how fitting to see this defense. This team has a nice lead, and a large portion of that has to do with the way they've been able to get after this quarterback. That's the second sack in this game.
So 2 losses in a row puts them in a tough spot. Third and very long. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Bringing pressure. Can't find anybody on third down, throws it away, and now fourth down coming up.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. And the fair catch is made, but hold on. There's a flag down. They have to kick this again.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. The offense will keep going here after that special teams penalty. That run moves the ball across the 40.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
The game makes it second and medium. Same tailback, another carry. And he's brought down out at the 46.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Third down coming up after that running play. Try and muscle for the first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Good job up front by that offensive line getting a good push to be able to allow the back to pick up this first down. This is an important drive for this offense. Now that they got a first down, they can open up this playbook and keep attacking this defense.
This LSU offense is moving quickly down the field. From the shotgun, handoff inside. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
Scanning the field, it's Nussmeier. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. He'll go down there after picking up a few yards. Not going to be enough for the first.
How about the arm strength from this quarterback? He really didn't have any other option than to put it right in there and give it everything that he had. Great timing and a good job of squeezing that in between the defenders.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. That's reeled in. It's Anderson. Brought down at the 40. That'll be a first down.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Grab behind the line. It's Anderson. They bring him down quickly. A short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. Gain makes it 2nd and medium. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. He pulls it in for a big gain. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
That's another accurate throw by this quarterback. And Chris, when we did our prep to get ready for the national championship, we all knew that this quarterback potentially could have a big day. But I didn't expect him to get into this kind of zone. This guy cannot miss just having one of those dream performances.
He hands it off from the gun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle, Kirk, showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up the run game is that interior penetration. If you're able to break through the middle of that offensive line, and you can create a lot of havoc in the middle.
Back to pass. It's Nussmeier. And the defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Chris, I think the pressure's taking a toll on this quarterback. You can just tell the pass rush is affecting his progressions and his willingness to throw it away.
Now it's 3rd and short from the 24. One of those line of scrimmage battles that could help decide this game. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. The defense stops him short of the marker in that screen. 4th down coming up.
Now, there's just nothing here for the quarterback to do other than throw it to his back and hope that he can get the yards after the catch, enough for the first down. But the defense gives some yards, but not enough for him to get to the sticks.
Looks like the coach decides to go for 3 points here. Here comes the field goal team. And that one's straight down the middle.
The snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. And here's the return from inside the 5. The returner is brought down. Gets started with the next drive. Alabama Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. No doubt the last drive was deflating. They had to settle for a field goal attempt, but missed it. Great footwork, a big opening now. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. That last catch, Kirk, puts him over 150 receiving yards in the game. Let's start checking the record books. This guy's making a push.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter what the defensive coordinator calls, whether they play man, whether they play zone. The quarterback has been able to find this guy all day long for such a huge day.
The gain moves the ball to the 39. It'll be first down. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, there you go, defense. Listen, it's not been a great day for these guys, but this time they stepped up and took out some of that frustration. Nice play.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Looking for his big tight end. And he's got it. And he moves the ball across midfield and picks up a first down.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a 3rd down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it, you convert, and you keep working that clock.
Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit, swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. So this defense finally makes a play. That's one of the few negative plays for this offense today.
Yeah, you said it, Chris. They don't have the easiest road to climb back in this one, but little plays like that can be points of positivity of what coaches will likely focus on as they move forward.
And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Running back has it on a screen now. And they'll bring him down. The defense fought through the blocks, and they stop him short of the first down.
The offense gets some positive yards here, but they're going to be short of the first down marker to set up 4th down. Really good job by the defensive tackling and the awareness to keep him short of that first down marker.
Special teams on the field now. Here comes a punt. And that's a great punt. Goes out of bounds down near the goal line. They'll spot it there. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. They kicked a field goal in the last drive. They're looking for the end zone this time. I tried to use the stiff arm there, but the defense corrals him quickly.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. And they'll get him down that time. Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. So Alabama will take the lead into the quarter break here. So 3 quarters complete in this battle to crown a national championship. Before moving on, let's check out the game summary so far. And now entering the final period of play, is there an epic comeback in store? We're going to find out. Going to throw for it on 3rd and short. And it's intercepted. He stepped in front of that bullet. He'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Just a great job of anticipating that and coming up with a big interception by this defense. Because they have this lead, they've really forced this offense to become one-dimensional. They're expecting the ball to be into the air. The defensive backs have their eyes on the ball, and they're able to capitalize with a big pick here in the national title.
And the offense convert that pick into points. They're set up 1st and goal. They'll run it. Hand it off to the running back. Touchdown. Tied. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly.
Chris, you talk about having a day. This offense just goes out. They're not even looking at the scoreboard. They're just going out, executing the play called, and continuing to put points on the board.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And the kickoff will be returned. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. And he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the 1st down marker.
The key here, Chris, is the timing by the quarterback. The fact he got the ball out quickly gave his receiver a chance. One more hitch or a slight hesitation, and that's an incompletion or an interception.
Dropping back. It's Nussmeier. Pressure is coming. Looks like he's going to run it. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
How about this by the quarterback? He takes a negative play and turns it into positive yards and slides down before taking a big shot. It's an excellent job of getting down to avoid that big hit.
Offense sets the formation. It's 3rd down. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the 1st down. But they don't connect. It's incomplete, and it brings up 4th down.
And I think the quarterback here forces the ball because it's 3rd down. He's got to be careful having the ball on his own side of the field. That ball was almost picked off.
The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. Trying for a 4th down completion. And he finds his target. He has the 1st. They bring him down, but he reaches the 30-yard line.
Finally, good for them. They come up with a big play like this. Let's face it, offense has been at a premium for these guys. You wonder where plays like this have been all game long.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
All of this pressure and sacks are starting to impact this quarterback. You can sense that internal timer is sped up a bit more than usual.
So 2nd down after the incompletion. From the shotgun, drops back. That deep shot is caught for a big gain.
Hey, this offense isn't giving up. Yeah, we're in the 4th quarter. You're down big. But who knows? Make a big play. Try to get in the end zone. Maybe get it onside.
And the replay booth has signaled they want to stop and have another look at this one. So after taking a closer look, the officials are going to overturn that previous ruling on the field. Looking to throw again. Lets it go. And it's complete downfield. Rips off a big gain all the way to the plus 43-yard line. Well, this defense has played well with a letdown there. A little too comfortable with this big lead at the moment, maybe.
Yeah, and what I love to see is this offense is not giving up. This game has not gone the way they had hoped, but here they are taking a few swings late in this game. This one ends up working out, and now let's see if they can put another play or two together and get the points on the board.
And he'll loft it to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Tigers.
Love this never say die attitude from this quarterback. He's still slinging it out there. This game's out of reach, but this guy's still putting the ball in the air, and this one's a touchdown.
And they'll set up now for the extra point try. And it's up and good. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. Using his legs, it's Haynes. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call.
Hold it.
So the holding penalty in the offense backs him up 10 yards. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Boy, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker.
Well, heck, if they hadn't dug themselves such a big hole, what a positive play here, using that jet motion and that touch pass to pick up some huge yards and giving them a chance anyway of trying to come up with a first down.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Here's a screen pass to the running back.
Screen plays are risky because the defense can get to the quarterback and it also can be covered. Many times, the quarterback just throws it away. Here they get some positive yards.
Punt team ready to boot it away. And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. An explosive play, big gain, spotted down near the 37.
Chris, here we are in the fourth quarter. These guys are trailing. Hadn't been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
The drive stays alive with that first down completion. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. The pass rush closing in. Couldn't find anybody open and just has to throw it away.
Boy, the quarterback did about everything he could here to wait for that play to develop, and there was just nobody open. It's great coverage downfield, and instead of taking a sack or potentially throwing the pick, he just gets rid of it.
Second down after the incompletion. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. He's got it for a big gain. Tackle made after a big gain.
One thing we know for sure, I don't know as a play caller, you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Grab behind the line. It's Daniels. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, you're going to have to keep your eye on that defensive end. If he collapses down inside to the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself as a quarterback to the outside. Now, if he stays outside, you're going to go ahead and leave it in the running back's belly. In this case, he pulled it and got some good yards himself.
Heavy pressure, he lets it go. And he just throws that one away. Took a big shot, but avoids the sack.
I mean, this defense is having their way with this offensive line. That poor quarterback doesn't have a chance. Every time he drops back to throw, he's getting earholed. You better make some adjustments up front to give your poor quarterback a chance.
And he's throwing for it on 4th down. He's running out of time here. And he's brought down. A sack by the defense coming up big on this 4th down play.
Now, the quarterback's got to get the ball out of his hands. He had a lot of time back there in the pocket, looking over the field, desperately trying to find an open receiver. Nobody's open, but he still has got to take off or try to make a play. Instead, he's sacked, and it's a turnover on downs.
Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out, and they put something together in this drive. And now the handoff. They pick up 4, so 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Well, how fitting for him to get another nice carry here, because it's been that kind of game in the national title. We knew coming in that he was going to be showcased. I didn't think he would have this kind of performance on this big of a stage, but he has, and a big reason why they're going to win this national title.
Ball handed off. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, they don't block the defensive end. It shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Gets some space around the 30. The gain is enough to move the sticks. Ball at the 40.
Boy, just a blown opportunity here by this defense. They got him to 3rd down, a chance to potentially get them off the field. And the fact that they're trailing, they needed to make a play. But you got to give credit to this offense. In the national championship, that big offensive line opened up a hole, and they pick up the 1st down and keep working clock.
He'll hand it off. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a 1st down.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's not quite a 1st down. Looks like it'll bring 2nd and inches, but sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. To throw, it's Milrow. Running out of time in the pocket. Using his legs here. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. And they'll keep it on the ground, trying to run some clock. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman.
That's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. They'll run it here. They stop him at the 23. This offense is getting close to the red zone.
Well, this offense just seems to get more confident as this football game is played out. They've got a nice lead. Here they are in the 4th quarter, just working that clock, possessing the football, and trying to get out of here with a nice, solid victory.
They're pounding away with the running game. It's 1st and 10. He'll hand it off. fighting off the defender.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
Now this is the 8th play on this drive. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. And they tackle him, but a solid gain down to around the 5-yard line.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given the quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they've wanted to. That's why the points are going up on the board. Right now, the psyche of this offense is we're in control, and we can do whatever we want whenever we feel like doing it.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
They'll run the option. They'll toss it to the back. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the beatdown continues.
That's another touchdown for these guys. Man, they have had a day that you dream about. Whether it's the quarterback, the running back, the receivers, the offensive line, the entire unit has been dominant.
They're set now to try the PAT. PAT is good as they build on this big lead. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. This thing is so out of hand, all you can do now is play for a little shred of pride. Grab down the middle, it's Daniels. Defense surrounds him, just a short gain on that completion.
Chris, now that we're in the final couple minutes of this game, it's a good time to just kind of step back and appreciate the job this defense has done throughout the entire game. They've applied pressure. They've been physical at the line of scrimmage. Good job in space. And a big part of the reason that they have such a big lead today.
Back to pass. It's Nussmeier. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first half. And that'll do it. We have a national champion.